Well, good morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. For me, it's 9:33 in the morning. I was going to wait till 11:11, and I sat here and I thought, why wait? It's been a very contemplative, meditative morning for me. Uh, let's just start here. The title for today is Yes, I'm Feeling Very Impatient with the Rate of Positive Change. The Shirelles sang, Momma said there'd be days like this. That was yesterday, which the Beatles sang about. As I look back at the past month or so, I see my life has taken on a number of unexpected changes. For today's video, I'm going to share some of why I am feeling so impatient. We'll see how it develops. Yes, the video for today, which was of course recorded yesterday, was a comedy of errors. A friend suggested that I do the video at 9:10, and the European or other world, other than the United States world way of expressing dates, it's the day first, so it was the 11th day of the 12th month in the 13th year of the century. So it was 9, 10, 11, and 12, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That was the game plan. I started the video at 9:11 instead of 9:10. And I had it written right in front of me, 9:10. And then I got the dates all mixed up because of turning things backwards, and I made mistakes in what I was saying about the dates because I was confused going into it, and I was really rushed. I was really rushed to get it done. I had an extremely busy day yesterday. I had to go pick my grandson up from school right before school even got started. The nurse wanted him to come home, and I had to go get him, and he was with me all day, and he needs constant attention. I mean, I'm trying to get my own work done. Like, I'm not supposed to have any work to do, and he's wanting constant attention. At one point, he came in and said, Papa, the Christmas lights fell down. Well, of course they're going to fall down if you pull on the cord that they're attached to, and all the little clips, some of them broke and everything, and I had to go and hang Christmas lights on my garage again, which I've never had Christmas lights since I've lived here till this year with my daughter and her family living here with my grandkids, and I don't begrudge them that at all. I mean, I fully understand, and it's hopefully going to create a festive atmosphere. Although there's a lot of stress with them living here, and with some of the financial situations that they have to deal with. It's a difficult time, and I'm trying to rush to get everything done yesterday. I'm doing my video and I'm screwing it up, and then when I uploaded it, I normally schedule the videos lately to go up at midnight. Well, I accidentally put it up at PM instead of AM. So when I get up at 2:30 in the morning to share my video on Facebook, it's not up yet on YouTube. And I thought, what the heck is going on? And I saw the mistake. It wasn't going to go up until noon. So I had to quickly make it go from private to public without the scheduling thing going, because I tried to reschedule it and it wouldn't let me reschedule it. um, at the time right then and there. I had to schedule it further ahead. They don't let you schedule it right now. So the only thing I could do was just to go public with it. So that was a comedy of errors. I've never had so many mistakes on a video that I'm aware of. Although the information about the TPP, Trans-Pacific Partnership, is really important stuff. And somebody posted on there that Costa Rica is already being sued by some gold company from Canada because their ecological laws in Costa Rica to preserve the forest are interfering with the profits of this company that wants to mine gold in that area. Oh my God, give me a break. These are things that are just moving very, very slowly. I mean, I honestly thought after 9/11 and the fiasco with George W. Bush that he would not serve out his first term, that he would be impeached. I mean, I was predicting that way back then, that he would be impeached. He not only didn't get impeached, he stole a second term. And then I was hoping against hope because of all the prophecies and all the speculators saying that Obama was going to be able to bring real change. I didn't believe it because I knew who he was playing with. You know, I knew the people that were controlling him. George Soros and all of these people were financing Obama. Well, they're not going to finance somebody that's going to do good because they don't have a good plan. They have an evil plan. And that's just the reality of it. So anyway, I was hoping that Obama might prove to be the star seed and this good person. Not true. It didn't happen. Very, very disappointing. Very disappointing. And then as I look back on this year, I mean, early in the year, I had a friend request of somebody whose birthday was the same as mine, and there seemed to be, from my end anyway, there seemed to be attraction. There was certainly a friendship developing with a potential relationship. She wanted to move to Florida, or talked about moving to Florida, talking about visiting a few times, and it just wasn't panning out. And then this lady from Canada tells me that she's my twin flame, and has me talking to her every day, and she needs money for this and money for that, and I'm bending over backwards to help her so that she can come and we can meet and spend time with each other. And of course, you all know, if you've been listening for any length of time, that didn't pan out. Real disappointment there. I've come to the place now, I mean, I've had a few people express interest in me, but they don't live near me. And I'll be damned if I'm going to invest a whole lot of energy and optimism in creating some relationship with someone that lives hundreds or thousands of miles away from me, or even not even maybe sometimes on the same continent. You know, that really hasn't happened, truthfully, but well, although who knows? I have a lot of friends in Australia, including I've been adopted by one family. And by the way, Jagamara, I've been taking some of the classes that he's been offering online. They're private classes as far as I know. I mean, I'm really not sure how that works. I was given an invitation because I'm connected with so many people in Australia. But Jagamar is we're going to be doing probably next week, in the early part of next week, we're going to be doing a conversation, Jagamar and myself. Some people asked for that, and he agreed, and we're going to set something up. It'll probably be Monday or Tuesday next week, I'm thinking, but I haven't done that yet. I haven't set it up yet on an actual date. But I look at all the things that have happened with my family coming and living with me. That wasn't expected 6 months ago, certainly, that was going to be the case. But lots of things have happened to change my personal life. And I'm reevaluating a lot of things. I mean, I looked at OPPT when they foreclosed a year ago, almost a year ago now, they foreclosed on the corporations. I honestly expected that would bring down the house of cards. But OPPT did not follow through and work with whoever would work with them to provide actual enforcement of the foreclosure. Without it being implemented, it's meaningless. And then Swiss Indo jumps on board, and Swiss Indo promises that they're going to finance the new CVAC structure to replace the corporate structure of the world. And I mean, it sounds beautiful and wonderful. And I mean, I'm raring to go, and I'm expecting things to happen in the fall even. You know, and here it is, winter, or well, it's not winter in Florida, but it's winter in much of the rest of the northern hemisphere. Of course, in the southern hemisphere, it's the opposite. But in any case, things still haven't happened. The pace of change is so slow. And then the TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership, I mean, that seems to be, Obama's pushing that forward. That's a criminal act. I mean, when you sell out the sovereignty, you're breaking your oath of office. You're committing treason against American people. You're violating the charter, the UN Charter of Human Rights. You're violating the Bill of Rights in the United States, and you're violating law in virtually all countries, certainly all countries that are derived from British common law. Everything is twisted inside out and upside down, and nothing seems to be happening fast enough for me. Everything seems to be slowing down. My grandson is teaching me patience, teaching me that I've got to pay attention to a 5-year-old, even when I've got work that I feel like I need to get done. And he's not understanding that hey, Poppy actually has work. Just because he's home doesn't mean he's not working. There's actual things that I have to do. But sometimes people don't think that way because I'm supposed to be retired. And if I'm sounding frustrated, there is some frustration. I'm not denying that. And yesterday, the mistakes that I made in the video just characterized for me, made me really introspective this morning. I mean, I did go back to bed after I shared the video after I released it on YouTube and shared it on Facebook. I did go back to bed and get a little bit more rest. I didn't attend the training session with Jagamara, although there was one today. I just did not attend it. I chose not to. And I sit here and I contemplate, because I want so badly for the world to start reflecting some of the changes that I've seen in of what I envision for the people of the world, what I envision for the planet to heal. I mean, to release the technologies that would enable us to clean up Fukushima and clean up the polluted waters and clean up the polluted air and turn everything around and have that reverse flow of energy that we've talked about in other videos in the past. The anti-adromia, the reverse flow, where everything that's been going down, down, down starts going up, 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 which is why I like the idea of building the 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, building higher, building more, not taking away, but building more. But I realize that in order to build more, we have to take away that which has stood in the way of human progress. And that is the people that run the world. They're the ones that are standing in the way. You may say it's the archons or Lucifer or something like that. Well, be that as it may, whatever it is, I've had enough. And a lot of my friends have had enough. And a lot of people around the world, even ones that may not even know the specifics of what's wrong, know that something's wrong. And many people are feeling frustrated and feel like we have had enough. We're impatient with the rate of change. Now, I know we live in a culture that's, I want it now, of not patience. The Illuminati has had much patience, but even they're losing patience because they see the awakening happening and they realize that they can't succeed with their dark plans when the lights are coming on everywhere. They need the cover of darkness and deception in order to hide what they're doing. But we're now aware. I mean, before they are even able to pull off one of their black ops, the word leaks out and it's all over the internet for people that are paying attention. So it's harder and harder for them to lie. But they're still pretending like they're in charge. And that's got to end. I'm so wanting Mr. Sino or any of the people that are trying to do good for the world. I'm so wanting them to release the funding, which is, to me, it's the necessary thing that's going to bring it all to pass. Without the funding, I don't care how idealistic you are. I don't care whether you're claiming to be 5D or whatever you're claiming to be. It's not realistic unless you build from where we are. You can't get to where the vision is going to ultimately take us without building a connecting point to where we are now. There's no disconnect. There's no leap over the chasm. There has to be a progression. That's evolution. That's creation out of what is. You take what is. What's in your hand? It's a stick. Cast it down. It's a serpent. Pick it up. It's a stick again. Okay, of course, I'm referring to Moses before the Pharaoh. You take what you have and you create with it. And I've had the vision of creating something positive for the world that works for everybody. And it seems so few people want to get on board, even among my friends. So few people are willing to take action. Many people don't know what action to even take. And sometimes I don't either. All I know is that we can't get there with the same people in charge. Somehow they need to be curtailed, detained, curtailed, stopped, whatever manner. And I'm impatient with it not happening. It should have happened when George Bush was president. And now that Obama is there, it's worse than it was before. And for you that claim that he's a light worker and gonna change everything, show me the evidence. Give me change that I can see, that I can believe in. Because it's hard to believe in something when it doesn't happen. It's hard to believe in miracles when the miracles don't seem to manifest. We've heard the promises. It's time to bring the promises into the present tense. Mama said there'd be days like this. Well, we're going through a series of those days, one on top of another. And may these days become yesterdays and something that we can let go of in the past as we build a greater future and move forward to co-creating together a world that works for everybody. That's been my vision, my dream. It's my desire of my heart. And ultimately, yes, I'd like a relationship, but I want a relationship that's face to face, not with somebody that lives somewhere else that I never get to see, and the only connection is on the internet or the telephone. That's not adequate. I'm sorry. So anyway, these are things that are going on in my world, and I'm impatient, especially for the changes in the world, because all the other changes that I want, that I'd like to see, depend on the change in financial structure and political structure in our world. That is the sine qua non, the not without which. We're not going to get to where I see us going unless these things change first. And I'd like whatever it takes, whatever the event is, I'd like it to happen as soon as possible so that we can get on with the rest of our lives and building good instead of evil. Thank you, thank you, thank you for listening. Namaste.